Hello and welcome to another show which is on Thursday, and as we've been having for some time, we've had God coming through to talk, and he's here today, but I've regularly spoken to Jesus and Mary and a lot of the saints and the angelic realm. So do subscribe to the channel and have a look see all the other what other people that have come through. I'm sure you'll find it interesting. So anyway, without further ado, let's go to God and see what he has to say. And he's just standing by the side of me. He's saying to me that when he was a lot younger than he is now, and I chuckle because there's Gail coming back. I chuckle because it's almost like you think of God being ageless, or I do anyway. But anyway, back to God. He says that we all age wherever we are. He's just saying to me, he's correcting me, and he says that, but when he was a lot younger, he perceived the world, the earth plane that we live in a very, very different way. He wanted to achieve things slightly differently. But he says that as he's got older, he's realised that things need to be done in a more calmer way, and this is why he is wanting to present himself in a different way from some of the stories of the past. He wants to show people that he has changed a great deal in his thinking and the way he acts. And he says that, like everyone else, he's talking about how we grow and how we sort of develop. He says he is no different. He grows and develops and learns from his experiences as he goes along. And he says that, can you imagine what I've learned over these years? He says it's quite phenomenal, the learning that he's had. And he says that his biggest teacher has been, of course, man, and man has shown to him ways that he hadn't even thought of, and he says that this is why he is so delighted with man and so pleased to have created man, because he feels that man has excelled in his beyond his wildest dreams. They have shown to him more about life than ever any other creation that he has come across. He says that as we move into the new era and move into the new way of thinking, he has decided to make another commitment to man. And he says that this is a recent decision of his that he has made, and he wants to share this decision on the video here today. And this decision, he feels, is one that will help man a great deal, but he also feels that it will help himself as well. And he feels that he can benefit. In other words, he's saying he is looking to grow himself and evolve himself as well as we are. And he says that the decision that he's made today is that he wants to show people on the earth plane how his world works. And he will be choosing people to take back to his world in the hours of darkness. And he's saying that he will be taking them back to his world. And he says that he will be choosing particular people and showing them around his heavenly world and the kingdom of light. And he says that when he shows people around, he will be asking them their opinion of what they think of how it is structured, and how things could be improved, and how things could be improved on the earth plane. And he will listen to people's opinions very, very carefully. once they have returned back to the earth plane, the people will wake and probably not be aware of the journey that they have taken in their sleep. But he says that this is something that he feels will be invaluable, because at all times he is wishing to improve everything that we see and everything that exists. He wishes for us to be the best that we possibly can. He says also that what he wants to make clear with all of this work, is that he feels that in doing this wonderful act of helping man to see his world, he feels that the process of it will show to him that where he has made some mistakes, or where some of his errors can be improved. And he feels that this is where he is able to learn, and he will be very grateful for the advice and the comments that come forward. He has spoken to many people in his world and asked them the same questions, and he feels that although they answer very freely and give very good advice, he feels that sometimes they are tainted with the surroundings that they are in. They are in the world and used to the world, and it is difficult for many people in his world to be sort of objective about what needs to be done. And he feels that someone who would be the most impartial would be somebody who isn't of his world, who would look at his world and think, why is that done that way? Or I would do this better this way. Or he's looking for that. He's looking to make improvements in all directions. And he hopes that that one of you will be as willing as possible to do this work for him. And he's making a statement very clear also, that at all times this will be never against the will of your spirit. It will be the Spirit's will to come across. And so don't ever think this is against your will. And so he's asking me to draw my hands together and bow my head. And he's saying, it is my greatest wish that at all times mankind and myself and all of creation can evolve and improve. I look to find ways to improve at all times, and I have decided that I am going to ask the favour of my greatest creation, man, and ask them to help me in my improvements, help them to look at my world and see how I can improve. And I will be so grateful to man for all that they give and show to me in this process. And so it's back to Gail. What I find so adorable about this is that he's incredibly humble in his existence, and you know, for us we think, oh wow, this is God, and for him it's, I need to learn, I need to improve, and he's just very humble in his way, and I think that is his, so almost like his greatest character, his greatest quality. He's such an adorable God, I think. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, don't forget to subscribe so you can be kept in touch with what he's talking about and some of the improvements he's going to be doing. And I think it's fascinating, and I hope you do. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Okay, goodbye.